Welcome back to one of our Bonfire Beer Reviews. Second episode of Bonfire Beer Review of 2019.
Except this one was somewhat successful.
This one was successful. It did take them a little bit to get it up and going, but it's winter and that's one of those things.
Well, yeah, and my wood pile is depleted and
right.
I'm going to have to go cut some wood.
We're going to have to cut some wood for sure.
Yeah, you can't.
Canada Bonfire Beer Review without a bonfire.
But I think we improvised all right.
We did pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty funny. If you guys have not seen last week's episode, please make sure you check it out. There may or may not be Alexa playing nature / campfire sounds.
Well, you know, you gotta do what you
We're not going to tell you anything. Just go watch it. We'll link it down below.
Look at it. It's fun.
Okay, so we have two beers today. We have one. It's my last rain beer. This is the third video we've shown rain beers in. This is the last one. And then we have a new variation of a favorite from Shorts. Yes. So we have Ceylon Stout, which is an import. I have a ton of really interesting information about this beer I'm excited to share with you guys. And then Dana has the dry hopped version of Local's Light, a flagship beer by Shorts.
Yep.
So let's get these open and let's get a nice dual pour for you guys going.
I had a puppy given to us today.
You had a puppy given to us today?
Yeah.
You said that before I even sat down.
I know. Before, I was thinking about it, but before...
I have an eyeball coming off.
That's a danger. Bonfire.
You can't have a reindeer eyeball in a beer.
So anyway, no, I was at work and a couple of weeks ago, well, I guess more than that, a month ago, I said, hey, we're looking for a puppy.
Yeah.
You know, and I was talking to a couple of
before
customers.
getting Oprah on, yeah.
And
who's creepily staring at us?
One of my customers came in today and offered us an Australian Shepherd Lab mix for free.
I'm sure that was beautiful too.
5 weeks old.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my gosh, no, we already got one and we're quite exhausted with him.
That's wonderful though. But he's
they
the
thought
dog
of
for
us
us.
and they
That's really sweet, especially free. My beer is called Ceylon Stout. This is an import. It's 8.8% ABV. I don't know an IBU.
Cyclops.
This is actually by a brewery called Lion Brewery, also known as Ceylon Brewery. The reason being is it's from Sri Lanka.
Really?
What's really cool about that is they've been brewing beer since 1860, and they're one of the only breweries in all of Sri Lanka.
That's cool.
So when you think of Sri Lanka, you don't think of beer. That's the biggest thing. And they are like the leader of the pack. They're the industry leader. So they've been doing it for a long time, and there really hasn't been like anything up and coming. It's a small island country off of the coast of India, if you guys don't know where that is.
Thank God you said that, because I'm like,
you didn't know where it was.
Where in the hell is Sri Lanka?
What's confusing is I was looking at this beer, and I've seen it before at the store, so it's pretty easy to find because it is so popular and so famous. So, on the back, there is a gentleman wearing glasses with a mustache. He has gray and black hair, and he's sipping this beer, right? And then it says Michael Jackson. So my first reaction was, huh? Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson?
That's just his name. He just is. His name is Michael Jackson.
He's really Michael Jackson.
He really is, just not the Michael Jackson we're all thinking of. So he actually is one of the reasons why this beer is distributed to the U.S. He found it on his travels, fell in love with it. He went to Sri Lanka. He loved it so much, he went back to find it again, and that's why we have it here in the U.S.
He went all the way to Sri Lanka
He
to
did
get
the second time, yes. That was the biggest reason he wanted to go.
He's like, well, I got to go get that beer.
Well, he wanted to go to Sri Lanka anyway. I'm not sure his background, but he's a blogger. He has a website, michaeljackson.com. Ironically, doesn't come up as Michael Jackson.
I wonder how much he paid for that.
I don't know. No clue. I think it might be at blogspot.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, okay, but anyway, kind of strange. It says soft, fresh, and delicious, top fermenting Ceylon Stout is bottle conditioned and has an extraordinary cocoa mocha character.
But our dog is in our basement right now.
We usually cage him, but I didn't want to cage him.
He's actually jumping up on the sliding door, looking out at us.
Yeah.
And he
has extreme separation anxiety.
Eating my telescope, actually. Sure.
I already kind of told you the information about the brewery themselves. There really isn't a lot other than the fact that they're called Brewery Ceylon. Brewery Ceylon is actually what Sri Lanka used to be called. The country of Sri Lanka used to be called Ceylon. As far as this gentleman here, I'm going to read...
Michael.
Yes, Michael Jackson. I'm going to read the first paragraph of his blog post about this beer. Which was your most unusual beer hunting trip? Because he goes on trips to find beer. I am often asked. Among them, I always cite a visit to Sri Lanka in 1986 to track down a cask-conditioned stout. For some people, this would be a once-in-a-lifetime journey. For me, it has been twice. Thus far, I found the stout the first time, so strictly speaking, I did not need to return. Nonetheless, I did go back recently. And then there's a whole huge post about this. If poured at the right temperature, it's supposed to be pitch black. It is. A tiny tan head, there is now, but it was, as you saw in the intro, B-roll, it was very active. But it was quite a contrast in temperatures from the bottle to the glass out here. And then it has soft carbonation. The aroma should smell like dark, meaty fruit, coffee, chocolate, and licorice. The taste should be of umami. Yes, I said umami. Umami. Licorice, plum, espresso, and cocoa. It's 4 to 5 for bitter and 4 to 5 for sweetness, so hopefully those two things balance themselves out a little bit.
Because somebody's going to ask, what is umami? I mean, I'm asking, what is umami? Do you know?
It's actually kind of weird that they're using that term because, remember, we got that burger at Latitude 42 and it's called a umami.
Yes.
Umami is like a pea, like a snap pea.
Okay.
But it has, it's often used as an appetizer. And it's also a word that means like, it's a Japanese term and it means something. I don't recall and I don't want to guess.
So it's not a yo mama joke?
It's not. It doesn't smell like yo mama.
Yo mama's not bad.
No, honey. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to get a nose on this one.
On your mommy?
Be quiet. I'm trying to become zen and get my nose in here.
Umami
okay?
is.
I can't be laughing inside of my beer. You cannot make me. I have it in a sniffer today as well.
Sniffer?
A snifter.
Sniffer?
Snifter with my sniffer.
With a umami.
That's what it's recommended. I was gonna actually pour it into a wide mouth porter glass, but then after reading the information while waiting for the fire, it recommended a snifter. So I am taking that recommendation. Okay, so I'm smelling a lot of bitterness. I am getting like a dark,
bitter?
Yeah, like an espresso.
Ooh,
burnt
holy
coffee.
cow! Yeah, wow.
Very bitter. Yeah, very bitter. It doesn't smell creamy. It doesn't smell like milk
There's
chocolate.
something there though.
Yeah, there's something else for sure. Maybe it might be umami.
I mean, umami. I don't know.
Umami.
It's a bright smell.
Really,
Almost
you think
a
bright?
Bright and bitter.
Bitter
Not
for
like
sure.
a dark bitter smell, like a bright.
I don't know,
smell.
baby. It's
You
obsidian
know,
in the
usually
glass.
when you have like usually
Bonfire
when you have
test?
a bitter smell,
Can't see through it at all.
there's a bitter, almost a bitter sour milk smell to me, and that doesn't have that. It's more of a bright smelling bitter. I don't know if I can explain that the way I want to, but it smells like something light and bitter. Like
Okay, well let's see what we're working with here. That's delicious.
Would you return to Sri Lanka to get this beer?
Well, I would love to go to Sri Lanka in general. I would like to go everywhere. But that is insanely good. I didn't expect it. So here's, before you sip it. Remember that one we did last year, and it was an organic chocolate stout, and it had like it was import as well. I can't remember who makes it. But it was like really disgusting. Do you remember that at all? It was like it was like cartoon on the logo, and it was brown and tan, and
kind of do.
had like a leaf on it.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Okay, so that's what I expected from this, because one, it's an import. 2, there's dark chocolate in it and espresso notes, and 3, they said meaty fruit, which would be like dates or plums or raisins, something along that line.
That's what it is, tobacco.
What?
Like a tobacco, like a pipe smell, like a tobacco pipe smell.
I'm glad I didn't get that. I am not into
Yeah, it's like
that.
a tobacco pipe smell.
Okay, but let me finish my statement.
Sorry.
Okay, so you're expecting it to be kind of like get you back in the jaw, bitter, not creamy, medium to full-bodied, so on and so forth, right? Like that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
This is like fruity and light and
Like a date, but lighter than a date?
know about like a date, but it's not as deep and dark as I thought it was going to be. It's very vibrant. It's the carbonation is slight, but it's like welcome.
All right.
The chocolate is good. The espresso is kind of a nod to it. It's not overpowering. It's a pretty good beer. It's creamy. You wouldn't think it's 8.8%. It's interesting.
It is.
It's a good beer.
Good.
Like, I don't mind it
good.
at all. I really enjoy it.
I get a raisin plum date taste out of it.
Yeah.
And
Really
still
interesting.
like a slight tint to citrus, a little bit maybe.
I don't get that at all.
No,
No, it's a stout. Are you like getting confused here?
no, I'm not. It's like right
Okay, he's
on
talking
the-
about smoking pipes and citrus.
on the finish. No, I'm not.
Like an orange that needs to, like, that's in a smoking zone.
No.
Like an orange at the casino. That's what you think is in this.
They would have an oxygen tank.
A disabled orange at the casino.
I'm just saying. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I'm like, why do old people who have oxygen tanks go sit in front of a slot machine with a cigarette hanging out of their
Move on to your beer, babe. So you recall Locals Light, right?
Yes.
And that's about, I think it's 5.2%
I
ABV.
we love Shorts Brewing.
We do.
Love them. They're close enough. They're about, what, 45 minutes away
About an hour.
from us?
An hour. We're in Bel Air.
Eileen goes to their city quite often, actually. We've been there once. It was a great brewery. We were there for an UNTAPPD, something. It was a
Freedom of 78.
Yeah, it was a
Collaboration. Yep.
beer. Great beer, great brewery. The beer was okay, actually.
Yeah.
The brewery.
Well, the beer
though,
that was on tap at the time.
was really cool.
Yeah, the brewery itself.
Was
I'd like to get
spot
dinner
on.
there. Yeah, it
They
was
had a
awesome.
merchandise shop off of the brewery, kind of like
It was a
Bell's
separate
does.
building. Yeah.
Kind of like Bell's does with like their eccentric cafe. Really neat place though.
Yeah.
So,
Their labels are always really artistic.
Yep, we love Shorts. They do the one with the camera on it, right? The Shorts.
Snapshot.
Snapshot.
That's New Belgium, so no.
No. Oh,
No.
Sorry. Yeah, I said that.
Anyway,
You
so
edit that out.
so the Locals Light, we always get it because the first reason we got it was it's a blue, like, watercolor pastel painting on the label, and it's a boat with like beautiful reflections
Yes.
in the water. And we were looking for beers, and I don't recall how long it's been since we first tried that beer, but we weren't like in love with it because it's a pale ale, it's a wheat, but we liked it enough to.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was a lager. A lager.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's light. It's a
Yeah,
light
it's a
beer.
light lager.
So the first thing I wanted to look into for this beer for you is to see like what are the specs differences, right? Because this is just like the dry hopped variant
Yeah.
of it, and the other one being a lager, they really don't boast hops in it. So the fact that this was hoppier, I was expecting higher ABV and definitely higher IBU. So the original is 5.2% ABV, 11 IBU. What is your guess on this one? And don't look at it because the
I don't
specs
know.
are on it.
I don't know. It's a
The only
Citra
difference,
hops?
the only difference is dry hopped Citra hops. Only difference,
probably higher on the IBUs.
right?
The ABV though should be around the same.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, so you're looking at 5.2% ABV and 30 IBU, so 19 more IBU.
For me, and I definitely like a high ABV beer because of a double IPA and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I tend to lean more towards the higher IBUs.
Yeah, and they rate this at middle of the road ABV for a beer of this style. So I'm going to read quickly to you the information. What is he doing?
I don't know.
So Citra Local is our flagship American lager, but with a fun new twist. Dry hop with Citra hops, this beer is bursting with fresh grapefruit aroma.
Really?
Similar complementary hop flavors are perceived within, but without any imparted bitterness. The light Pilsen malt creates a soft and subtle flavor profile that finishes crisp and clean once the initial hoppy perception subsides. So what is
There
basically
is
saying?
absolutely no milkiness to this. It's a very clear beer.
Yeah, completely see-through. Very pretty. Would well photograph
Yeah, very
for that
opaque.
one. Yep. So what they're basically saying is at the first taste you're gonna get a little bitter hoppiness, and then at the back of the palate it's going to subside and mute itself and kind of be like crisp and clean and fruity.
Yeah.
So go ahead and get in there. Give us a nose.
It's a beautiful looking beer.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no. Usually when you get a beer with an active like
like dry hops. It's usually
it's,
like
it's
yeasty.
very
Yeah.
active. This one doesn't seem to be. It settled for a little bit. The head was extremely active.
It was, yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
And there is slight carbonation. I can see
Oh.
bubbles in it.
Oh.
Grapefruit?
Yep. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did great.
It smells really good. It reminds me
It
of
smells delicious.
it reminds me of a specific beer.
Lost Tweet.
No, it's probably something really like obvious. The land one. The Smitten.
Yeah, I could see that.
Smells like that, yeah.
see that.
Yeah, it smells like Bell Smitten.
It smells.
It smells like something you're gonna really
Smells
like.
really good.
Alright, get in there. Really nice night tonight. There's like a nice breeze going through the forest, but it's not too cold, and the breeze is not coming to us. The trees are kind of taking it.
Well
and
done.
The fire is phenomenal.
Well done, Charles.
Perfection.
Well done.
Good?
It's a great beer. It's a great beer. 4 1/4. It's a great beer.
Yep, exactly as they describe it.
Wonderful beer.
Successful. That's a good beer.
Literally, I don't
Easy
think,
drinker.
Yeah, it's an easy drinker, but
It's better than the Locals
so
Light.
good. It is.
Based on our flavor,
Yeah,
like what
it
we
is.
like, our
It is.
preference.
Extremely flavorful, I guess.
Yeah.
Like for it's just really pronounced flavors. It's really
Yeah.
good.
So tonight, our selections are really showing you the peak of our contrast in preference, because yours is very light and mine is very dark. All right, well, thank you for joining us for our Bonfire beer review. We're
Chatty
glad.
Bonfire beer.
We're glad that we had a bonfire this time. We don't actually do a lot of self-promotion in our videos. We do them for fun, and if you want to follow us along and watch our content, we're very greatly appreciative of that. We love connecting with people. It's the main reason we share on YouTube to begin with, but I'll give a couple shots to the description down below. All of our socials are linked down below, so if you want to see beer photography, travel photography, nature, hiking, our life, then we have my social media. If you want to see drone photography, beautiful aerial shots, landscape shots, hiking shots, that kind of stuff, Dana's Instagram is listed down below. And then we have our page from Facebook. We'd love to get a like from you guys. I've been posting on there and been a lot more active than usual. And then also UNTAPPD. All right, well, stay warm and drink good beer. Cheers.
Cheers. This is not a speak loud.
No, it's not. It's Libby.